freezing things is good. If you can see me, please let me know. If you cannot, I will continue fixing things. I can see all. Can see. Yee. Okay. We good? We good, chat? Can see. Can barely hear. Do I need to adjust my audio? Let me know, folks. You disappeared. Yeah, I've got an elaborate system of windows that have to be stacked in a certain way, or it all catches fire. But I'll be back in a second. Alright. I'm gonna get my face back in here. Which to do so, I need to do... There we go. Volume a little low. That's okay. I can slide this little slider up. And theoretically, I'm now a little bit louder. How's that, Sean? Are we good? Can we hear me? Are we loud and clear? Are we ready for the main event? Ready for the show? Luma Dan's keen. Alright. Without further ado, thank you absolutely everyone for tuning in to the Shitty List Review Show, where we bring you the not the hottest takes, the coldest takes, the weakest strategies, but we talk a little bit of trash and we look at some cool armies that you guys have put together, which I have painstakingly curated. And importantly, thank you to the two people that in the last 60 minutes sent through their army lists, which I squeezed in there right at the very end. I think I'm waiting on 2 more of you. So if you are watching this and you have not sent in your army list, I am coming for you. I think Discord's on the wrong screen, so if I move that over there, bear with me. Yeah, I know I've disappeared. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna make that big, and then I gotta, for some reason, layer this over the top. There we go. And I've got the wrong screen open in front of me here, but that's right, because now I click that one. And if I now click this button, there we go. Cool. Alright. We should have some... I think my headphone's now slightly too loud there. Last minute heroes, that's right. Everyone's getting it in, that's the important thing. I'm gonna fade out that little background music there, although I can still hear it, which is weird. Alright. So, Shitty List review time. I've collated everyone's army lists across the 4 core different factions throughout Tinyhammer. We have Space Marines, Xenos, Chaos, and of course the Forces of Imperium. Oh, my little chat thing's working! Fuck it, I'm having a beer. Good on ya. I wasn't sure if my little chat box was gonna work. That's awesome. Stoked. I'm gonna make it bigger. Yeah, there we go. Bigger chat box. Cool. Starting it all off with the Space Marines, folks. I was here. I was here the day that Matt mastered technology. Haha! Starting us off in the Marines, folks, we have 2 members of the Beasts gaming team. We have Pat And we have Dan Agostino. Pat, what you rocking? We've got a captain in there with some Artificer armor. I think we're going to see a lot of that. Buffing that 2+ save with a 5+ feel no pain all day long, baby. What do we got? We got a chaplain. We've got 2 units of assault intercessors running around the board, chopping things up. That's going to be lovely, Pat. I would imagine we'll see those characters joining those units there. Although we've also got ourselves 5 Hellblasters and 5 intercessors. And someone is getting the honored treatment of getting carted around in a repulsor grav tank. How cool. Whereas Dan over here, we've got a librarian. We've got, we've doubled down on just the librarian as a character there, but we have 5 assault intercessors, desolation squad for some indirect fire shenanigans. Oh, why is my little chat box not updating? Oh no, it is. It's just on a delay. All is well. All is well. Desolation Marines. Oh, double Desolation Marines. Man, 170 points for 5 dudes. Let's hope they hit hard. If they don't, we've got a Gladiator Lancer in there and a Vindicare Assassin as well. 2 totally different lists to start us off. Good job, guys. Up to our next ones. We got these 2 in the chat. We got Sean and we got Royce. Make some noise, you 2. Be all hype. Be all gamer hype. Sean's got some named characters in here. We have Captain Flavius Decimus Artiga. Very cool. Again, rocking some Artificer armor. We've got a tactical squad. We've got a command squad. This command squad's really, really cool. I had the pleasure of pulling it apart in a game the other day. Apothecary bringing back a model a turn. One of those models going to bring back is the company veterans with shields. They're super duper cool. Company ancient in there with your banner. You got yourself your big wacky man as well. Where is he? Company champion. There we go. Cool unit, very cool unit. They look amazing as well. We've got a Devastator squad with missiles. I was not letting them have any fun in my game against you, Sean. I'm sorry. The Dreadnought, however, stomped around. And very, very cool allied unit here, guys. We've got the Voidsman Arm, the Romano First. There's Sean's Narrative Guard regiment that have made their way for over 20-odd years of tabletop gaming. Very cool. And this is a bit of a heresy-themed list as well, so rip. Royce, on the other hand, what do we got in there? I like this list, guys. This is really cool to me. We've got ourselves a Primaris Apothecary. He's going to be bringing back a model a turn. I would imagine, Royce, that they'll be tagging along with your Hellblasters there for when their giant plasma guns explode in their face. Sergeant Tellian, though, that's where it's at. We've got Tellian, we've got a Landspeeder Storm, 2 units of Sniper Scouts to go with, you know, presumably that Landspeeder and that Tellian. We've got a Predator Annihilator and an Inceptor squad as well. Super cool. I haven't seen Inceptors in ages. I haven't seen Tellian in ages. Tellian Pog, yeah. Tiny Marines for Tinyhammer, Firstborn and Friends. What year is it? Cool. Love the Scouts. Absolutely adore the Scouts. I love the Landspeeder Storm. I love Tellian. I'm already loving these lists. Oh, sorry guys. Jumping back a page. What do we got over here, Pat? I'm gonna give Pat a lovely 5 out of 5 board control intercessors, and Dan gets 10 out of 10 rockets. 10 out of 10 rockets out of 10. Good job, Dan. Sean Burke, you're gonna nab yourself a consistent 10 out of 10 heresy points there. 10 out of 10 narrative for your Romano First Regiment being reformed. Royce, you get 1 out of 1 Tellian, the perfect score, 100% Tellian. Good job. Jumping across here, we've got 2 different Space Marine armies. We've got Joe rocking there. I've had to do a little bit of formatting from your lists, guys, just to make them all fit. Which means some of you, I lost a little bit of lore. Some of the earlier army lists I copied in as well, they're formatted a little bit funkier. I was kind of making it up as I go along. Yeah, love the Landspeeder Storm, Dan. I think it's super cool. But Joe's got a cool converted army. And what are we rocking in here? We've got a company champion. We've got ourselves a lieutenant, with Artis for armor, of course. Heavy Intercessor Sword, rocking some Gravis, a regular Intercessor squad. Attack Bike. Attack Bikes are cool. Rocking a Bike squad as well. And some Eliminator Snipers. And a Storm Speeder Hammer Strike. Yeah, sick. Very cool. A nice varied amount of units. So I think this is going to put out a lot of firepower from pretty much anywhere on the board with your Storm Speeder and your Bike and your Attack Bike scooting around to wherever you need it. Those heavy intercessors are going to crawl up some ruins and lay down some plunging fire for the extra AP. Or will they be contending with that for the Eliminators? Who knows? Very cool. Jumping across to Tim's Space Marine Army over here. By the way, based on the Google form that you filled in with your preferred name is what I have named your army lists here. A couple of you did forget your names, however, but I managed to piece it together. So you're all good. Tim over here, we've got a Judicia. We've got a Primaris Captain and a Primaris Librarian and a Lieutenant. We got 4 characters in Tim's army. That's wild. And in battle line, what do we got over here? We got 5 Assault Intercessors, 5 Assault Intercessors, 5 Intercessors, and some Hellblasters. So we got 4 characters, but we're still not light on bodies. That's pretty cool. We got 24 Marines. We got 1 character a squad. That's awesome. I love that, Tim. That's really cool. Badass. Neo Volkite pistols. Very fun. The boys. Yeah, that's right. All right. Joe, look, you're getting 5 out of 5 plunging fire, my friend, or at least I hope so. 5 out of 5 support. Tim, you got a solid 4 out of 4 characters as your shitty list show review rating. Perfect score. Best characters, all of them. Very nice. Moving on, we got a few more Space Marine armies, as you'd surprise. This one stood out to me, guys, and I'm sure you can agree. Kyle Ingram, if you are floating around in the chat, please make yourself known. If you're not, can everyone just please pay attention to the fact that we have 1 Tech Marine, 1 Relic Contempted Dreadnought, 2 Relic Contempted Dreadnoughts, 3... a regular Contempted Dreadnought, 1 Deredeo Dreadnought, and that's it. That's all she wrote. We got 4 Dreadnoughts. We got 1... oh my god, the Ancients. Yeah, this list was called like the Last Walk of the Ancients, I think. Super cool. It's just a mechanic in his toys. It's just a Grease Monkey Space Marine and a couple of his old mates that he's fixed up for the special occasion. This is super cool. It's it's very, very cool. I think what's the Doc Mech Warrior in the chat? Nice. I refuse to play against that one. Oh well, you know, I don't know what the odds are on 38 players divided by 8 rounds. I don't know what your odds are there. That Clyde Red Rattler. I think that'll be fun. I think that's a cool army. You've got basically just four big stompy pieces to move around the board. That's cool. Matthew Tassan over here. We've got a very contrasting army to Kyle's. We've got a Captain in Terminator armor. We've got a Primaris Chaplain. We got ourselves 5 Intercessors, a Ballistus Dreadnought, and some Relic Terminators. We're going to see a couple of Relic Terminators. I think a lot of people clued on to the fact that regular Space Marine Terminators come in at 205 points. A lot of other Terminators are just over, but Relic Terminators are bang on for 200, and you can get a very similar weapon loadout to your standard Termies. So I think we're going to see quite a few of those, as you'll probably see. 'Tis fine, Death Guard won't doing well enough to see it. I don't know, just stink them up a little. Convert them to the Accords. They're all ancients, you can have a bit of a chat. Be like, hey man, do you remember Isfahan? I remember Isfahan, it was fine, right? Moving on. Are we going to see more Relic Terminators over on this side? We do have Termies. Thomas and Tom. Neither of you put your full names in there. So I know both of these people but I don't know which one's list is which is fine. We got a Captain in Terminator armor with Artificer armor. Again, just chasing that 5+ feel no pain. We've got ourselves a Contemptor Dreadnought stomping around the board. Relic Terminators, 5 Sniper Scouts, and a Terminator Assault Squad. So yeah, really interesting that so many of these Terminator units sat just inside that 200-point bracket. And so many sat just over it. And we still seeing quite a few 2+ saves in here, which is cool. And whereas Tom on the other side here, we've got Captain Terminator armor. We got a Lieutenant in Phobos armor, with the Artificer armor there. Mastercaster Scoped Bolt Carbine, cool gun. Ballistus Dreadnought, 5 Hellblasters, an Infernus squad for burning some things array. I think this might actually be the only squad of Infernus Marines attending Tinyhammer. So look out, Tyranid players. We'll get to you later. And again, some Terminator Assault Squads. So everyone's aboard the Terminator train. Choo choo. Let's go. And Gary. So I put Gary on their own page, not just because they were the last one in here, but I saved them to last because they have written some very cool background, which I'm just going to leave up on the screen rather than reading it out. But I will go through their list here. We have a Librarian in Phobos armor, which will represent Librarian Vitrian from their background, which is very cool. We got a Primaris Chaplain. We got 1 Ballistus Dreadnought. We got some Blade Guard veterans. Very cool. Always love some Blade Guard veterans. I reckon they'll be rocking around with a Chaplain. Probably with a Chaplain, I'd imagine. The Infiltrators. Yeah, they'll go with the Librarian and Phobos on with the Infiltrators. Okay, cool. And we got another Storm Speeder. I love Storm Speeders. Oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Dan. So send an essay with the list. Don't worry, Dan. Don't worry. We're getting to your army list soon. Very cool. Mad props to you, Gary. Sorry, I haven't handed out some scores for everyone. Kyle, you get 4 out of 4 Dreadnoughts. Matt, you get 10 out of 10 Termies. Gary, you get a solid... Oh, where's my thing jumping around? There we go. Gary, you get a solid 100 out of 100 word count points. Congratulations, Gary. You are currently the most lengthy army list so far. There is a chaos list that is very long. All right, moving on next to the mighty forces of the Imperium. All right, make some noise in the chat if your army list will be showing up in the Imperium section while I have a quick drink. Hey, there's Gary. Good job, mate. And getting your list in the nick of time. I don't think I'm not going to call you out on that one. What time did you get your list through this afternoon, Gary? By my count, I think it was at about 4, maybe 5 o'clock. All right. Very cool. Next section. Who's ready? Shall we move on? Coming up in our Imperium section, first off with the first list to be sent in for Tinyhammer. Very cool. Thank you very much for your timely army list and ticket purchasing. All things considered there, Robert. Very good job. We have Praetor Luna Decimus, the Canoness for their Battle Sisters army. We have Consul Ceres, their Dialogus. Big speaker face. Their battle line choices. We've got 1 Sister Squad. Yes? Yes. 1 Sister Squad. 2 Sister Squad. Sorry, the formatting's a little bit hard to read. How'd you all find how's everyone finding the new app for writing army lists? What I absolutely would have loved is the ability to just submit like the screenshots of your army list, because I think that looks really, really nice. But raw text, unfortunately, does always win out. Gary knows not time, only the written word. I saw it this morning. Aged like a fine wine, let it ferment. Very nice. We've got a Castigator tank in there. Very cool. We've got some Celestian Sacrosancts. Say that 3 times quickly. We got some Seraphim in there. We got more Seraphim in there. And we didn't go with the Vindicare in the end, Rob. Kyle James Ingram has joined the chat. Good job. Kyle, how battle damaged are your mighty ancients now? And are you going to bring along some like battle effects to chip them up as the game goes along, as they become even more venerable? Sean over here. Sean has one of the smallest army lists in all of Tinyhammer. Although, first off, a squad for Rob. Rob, I'm going to give you a solid 10 out of 10 holy points, my dude. I think the Emperor himself would smile at this lovely Battle Sister army list. Yeah, the Vindicario was a little awkward to fit in. It was a cool conversion though, man. We've got quite a few little assassin allies that have snuck their way into some Imperium lists. Decided against it for a bit of a sister horde. Very cool. Sean, this is so cool. Sean's I don't know if you guys can see it, but when you raw exported your text files for your army list, it copies of what you called this your army list in the app as well. And Sean's army list is just big tank or huge tank, one of the two. It's very funny. We have a Blade Champion, who I played against the other day, and gave me a solid whooping. Not this Blade Champion, but a Blade Champion. We have a Shield Captain. We have a Coronus Grav Carrier for smack on 200 points. Can someone tell me what the hell an Arachnus Blaze Cannon and a Laztrum Bolt Cannon do? Because I have absolutely no idea. For those of you that are unaware, this is one of the really cool Forge World Custodes tanks, because of course, as we saw with Kyle's army before, Legends units are 100% in, as they should be in every single competitive event, or any event of any kind. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, man, just like chip them up a little bit as you go. Or go the other way and bring yourself like a little paint marker, and every time they kill something cool, just mark it down underneath as the battle honors. Mark it down under your base. The Arachnus shoots flaming spiders at you. Oh no. Oh no. We then have 3 Custodian Wardens and 3 Custodian Wardens. So this is pretty straightforward. Blade Champion gets some bodyguards. Shield Captain gets some bodyguards. I wonder if they can all go in the tank. I hope they can all fit in the one tank at the one time. That's really cool if they can. If not, someone's going to have to hoof it and catch a lift. Very cool. Sean, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sean, you get 9 out of 9 models, because that's all you got. Well done. Solid rating. Good job. We got some Astra Militarum lists in here now, which naturally, because they got so many dang models with so many dang weapon options, their list is quite long. Nathan, what do we got in here, mate? We've got a Tempestus Command Squad. I fought some Tempestus the other day as well. I played 3 Tinyhammer games over the last week to get myself all prepped. Have you guys been playing some games, chat? Have you been getting some practice in? I know some of the Beasts Club were playing some games today. Got a confirmation that it carries 8 models, so they all fit. Oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah, so I played a practice game against some Scions. It was really cool. They all rolled up the board and their 3 Tauroxes jumped out. My Orc splattered all the dudes and the vehicles backed it into reverse and got the heck out of Dodge. We got some Katakan Jungle Fighters. We got some Scions. We've got 2 Bog Standard Leman Russ Battle Tanks scratching in at just under that 200 points. And a Vindicario Assassin. Very cool. Opposite Harry over here, we have, I believe, our only Mechanicum army. Love some jungle kids. Pardon me, folks. Harry's got a Tech Priest Dominus with a big old axe and an Omni Sterilizer. I don't know what an Omni Sterilizer does, but it doesn't sound particularly pleasant. I guess by Omni it means there's only one of them, so at least it's not a duo sterilizer, right? Battle line choices. We've got a unit of Skitarii Vanguard. We've got a unit of Skitarii Rangers with a mismatch of assorted esoterical weapons. We got 3 Cataphront Destroyers. We got a June Crawler. Oh, I love me a June Crawler. They're very cool. I thought it attacks with just June Crawler legs. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, a second June Crawler. Do we have different weapons on them? We've got Broad Spectrum Data Tether, Broad Spectrum Data Tether. No, sweet. It's just 2 of them going to stomp around and smash things. That's cool. I like that. All right, Nathan, my friend, you're going to get yourself 1 out of 1 solid Vindicare bolt round through my leader's face while the rest of your models run around the board and actually get the job done. Beat me to it. Harry Tunks over here. What can you get out of this, man? This is just a nice, cool little balanced army. Look, you get the 100% only Mechanicum player award. Well done. A fine award, Harry. All right, moving on. We have the player known only as Crossy, which, importantly, the reason in your Tinyhammer list and detail submission forms that I sent out, partly is because y'all get these. You can't really see it in the camera. These really cool Tinyhammer lanyards with these lovely little, there's nothing in this one, but yours will have your name in it, your preferred name. If you would like to edit your preferred name, specifically the people that do not actually have a name submitted on that form, you can go back in and look at that form. Now that I've exported everything to this file, I do know what your army lists are, so I'll know if someone tries to sneak in a 5th Dreadnought Kyle. But if you do feel like changing up your preferred name to a first and last name, just a first name, if you would like to pop your pronouns on there, whatever makes you comfortable, because we've all, some people here haven't been to an event before, which is awesome. A lot of people have, which is also awesome. I've been to quite a few events, and I always introduce myself to my opponents, as is, of course, the right thing to do. You know what I also do 5 seconds after that? I forget their name. And then I feel like a total jerk for the next 2 hours. I'm like, hey, sorry, person, guy with the things, take some armor saves. So, yeah, so some lanyards are really cool. This is actually an idea that I not necessarily pinched, but was certainly inspired by Anthony Magro from the Age of Sigmar scene. He did this for the first Sydney GT event that he ran many moons ago now, that I got a very spiffy wooden spoon prize for. Yeah, and everyone had lanyards, and it had everyone's names on it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic and inspired and ingenious, and these are really cool, and you can hang on to them, collect them. Like, I've got myself hanging literally on my desk. I went up to the championship store in Queensland. I played an event there a couple of years ago, and I still keep that lanyard, like, within arm's reach, so I can fend off ghouls and other things. Anyway, enough antics from me. Why pronouns? Because they're helpful. Sometimes they're not particularly obvious. Sometimes it's just nice to know. And if someone does have their pronouns listed on their lanyard, please respect them, or I will shoot models off your board. I will have Dakka Jets with me, everyone. I will be bringing 3 Orc Dakka Jets with me, and if anyone's being a jerk, I'm just going to put them on the board, and I'm going to shoot your army. Done. No questions asked. Crossy. The person only known as Crossy. We have our only League of Votan army. We have an Ironhere champion. We have a Carl. We have 10 Hearthkin warriors. Another 10 Hearthkin warriors. An Ironhere Hearthguard to naturally go with the Ironhere champion. The Giant Rat incident. No, Giant Rat incident, Sean, was CanCon one year. Sydney GT was when I got King of Gargants as my honorific. And some pioneers, some good old squat bikers. Very good. This is cool. This is just like this is exactly what you would expect a League of Votan army to look like in 750 points, I think. Unless you were to like really double down in, just a couple of units of Hearthguard, or just a couple of exosuits, or, 750 points. Yeah, your options are a little bit limited. You certainly can't go squeezing in a land fortress. But I think this is a really nice, well-rounded little League of Votan army, guys. That's really cool. Ironhere look amazing. Can't wait to see what they do. Me too. I don't know what they do. Hey, I can... Whoop. I tried to react in my chat and I'm getting warning signs. I should probably not do that. Cool. Yeah, the Mad Little Army Crossy, I think that's cool. I look forward to seeing them. I hope they're painted amazingly. I think Leagues of O10 are really cool. I haven't seen enough of them in person before, and I look forward to seeing these. Ahmed's another one that managed to sneak their army list in sometime this afternoon. Lumidan, never seen them before. I'm excited. Yeah, I reckon everyone's excited to see some Leagues of O10s on the board. Should be very cool. Ahmed with another Astra Militarum list. We got Curve Orbs Aquila. Hey, Lumidan, what's that enhancement, mate? Do you know what that does? Kurov's Aquila. On a Commissar. Nice. Platoon Command Squad. Naturally, the Commissar will be joining that, I would imagine. As the attaché, I believe is the terminology that those weird characters and stuff gets. We've got some Cadian Shock Troops. We've got some more Cadian Shock Troops. We've got some Death Korps of Krieg. We've got a big old squad of Bulgrins. 2 Field Ordnance Batteries with bombast field guns. Yeah, look, I think there's some really cool guns. There's cool guns you can build in those ordnance batteries, but there is just something so satisfying about having a giant sod off, like, World War II big gun at the back of your deployment zone, and finishing it all off with the Leman-Russ battle tank. This is a cool, well-rounded guard army, I reckon. Dan makes so this is in response to my Kurov's Aquila. What does it do? It makes a stratagem your opponent uses cost more for the rest of the game. No. Oh, that's cool. Is that core stratagems as well, Dan, or only their army specific ones? Either way, that's really cool. We had a special twist in a game that I played the other day that made some certain command stratagem cost double. It sucked. I could not reroll what I wanted to reroll. All right, Crossy over here, you're getting yourself a solid 5 out of 5, like delicately engraved space dwarf runes. And Ahmed, mate, you get yourself 2 out of 2 field ordnance batteries. You get a 10 out of 10. Stay the heck out of my deployment zone, please, with your minimum fire field ordnance guns. Yeah, I believe it's just they use a stratagem. You say try that again. I dare you. That's cool. So I guess at least you get to at least they get to use it first. So you've just got to kind of pick and choose when you use those stratagems. I've been overwatching like hell, guys. Overwatching in the movement phase is the coolest part of the new edition. I'm putting it out there. Someone tell me I'm wrong in the chat. Someone tell me there's something cooler than overwatching when your opponent moves. I overwatched someone the other day when they retreated from my unit. They decided they're going to be sneaky Space Marines and retreat and shoot me. So after they moved, I just shot them. It was great. Alright, moving on. Here we go, Dan. Lumidan, you get an entire page to yourself. I had to reformat the whole dang thing and give you 3 columns. So, Dan Worthington, you also got your whole, first bit copied in there. The reconnaissance and force element shipwright, composed of individual infantry and artillery sections drawn from the Egerim 43rd, known unofficially as the Deadweight Drifters. 730 points. Couldn't even fit an extra enhancement. Second Captain Wari, the Stoic Call, attended by the Salt Brine Standard with attached cannon, hook, and line. I'm not going to lead everything out, Dan, but this is super, super cool. I've seen, this afternoon even, I've seen this army and it looks really cool. Why are my headphones beeping? That was weird. Drill Commander, Regiment Standard, Primaris Psyker, super cool. Yeah, Shepherd of the Maelstrom. I love that as a name for a Psyker. I think that's awesome. Battle Line. We got a unit of 20. That's cool. A unit of 20 bog standard infantry squad. That's rad. Very cool. What's the special ability, Dan, that infantry squads get over shock troopers? Shock troopers can touch and tag an objective, right? Katakan get extra +1 to wound on the charge, I believe. Deathcore something shovel meme something. Damn, the size unit meta. What have we got in here? We got a Master of Ordnance. Yeah, there's your little attaché. We got a Master of Ordnance, an Officer of the Fleet, and an Astropath. That's cool. That's so cool. You count as being in cover whilst on an objective. Ooh, that's a bit cool. That's a cool rule. What do we got here? We got some Scout Sentinels. Plus, they can take your heavy weapons in. Oh, of course. So, Katakan can take a heavy weapon team, though, right? But Death Corps can't, and Shock Troops can't. Is that right? Interesting. I hope the beeping in my headset wasn't that it was going to go flat soon. It'll be really awkward. I've got a backup one I can plug in if that happens. But in any case, well, we've got a Basilisk. Very cool. What's better than field guns? Field guns on wheels. We got a Manticore. We got a Wyvern. We got all the field guns. Dan says, stay the heck out of my deployment zone as well. Dan, you get 3 out of 3 columns worth of text, mate. Well done. A solid score. Moving on to the mighty forces of chaos. These cute little images, by the way, guys. I stole them off the internet. I don't know where they came from. I tried really hard to find the original artist. I was digging through Daka forums from like 2013, where this image of all these cute little cartoon dudes got posted, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I would love to, so that I can give them credit or to license their likeness. I promise I tried really, really hard, and hope that this is at least showing them some cool justice. Woot woot, let's go the Angry Boys, says Liam Tang. I think I know who you are. Alright, Liam! Right at the back. So, this was the second army list I had to copy in, and this single list is the reason that I ended up doing two separate. This is actually two separate word boxes that I fused together with the power of Google Slides. Liam, World Eaters, aka the Angriest Boys Berserker Warband of Angriness. Led, of course, by none other than Khan the Betrayer. 95 points of being angry. So Liam has gone back through here and edited his list to add angry things, which is fantastic. Woot! Let's go, the Angry Boys, indeed. We've got a unit of Jackals. I haven't seen Jackals on board before. That's cool. Jackals, more than upset, semi-angry. Hang on. What's about the emoji that's kind of angry but more sarcastic? That one? Very good. I know the emoji you're talking about. Very good. We've got ourselves 5 Khorne Berserkers. They can be taken in units of 5. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. That's freaking cool. We've got some 8-bound. They're a unit of 3, slightly more irate than angry. How do you measure that? Irate, better unit than before. Good clarification. Oh my god, Khan's only 95. There are so many really cool characters that just managed to sneak in. I don't think many of our Eldari players looked at it, but about half the Phoenix Lords sit at 95. The other half sit at 105. Yeah, Khan's gonna wreck some stuff. That's cool. I do believe, unless I'm mistaken, his plasma pistol is always hazardous and is always just gonna nuke himself a little bit, which is cool. We've then got yeah, so that's 8-bound. We've then got more 8-bound, and we have more 8-bound. That's excellent. Last on the list, so most angry. Nobody likes being dead last, right? I'd be angry if I was last on this list of angriness. It's fantastic. Liam, the only score that I can possibly give you is 8 out of 8 frothing Khorne Berserkers. Good job. John Travers, also with a delightful Khornate army over here, taking, sorry, a Khorne and Nurgle army. I don't know how Khan feels about having Nurgle share the spotlight with his boys there. John Travers has a Bloodmaster, but they also have a Sloppity Bilepiper. One's going to spill the blood, one's going to play a little tune. We've got 10 Bloodletters. We have 3 Nurglings. We've got 10 Plague Bearers. We've got a Beast of Nurgle. Yeah, Beast of Nurgle is cool in 750 points. Just a good, solid, chunky thing that can run around. What is that, Amoeba? 8 out of 8, great bait, mate. Very good. All the angry faces. Don't hate. Yeah, Beast of Nurgle, cool unit. Blood Crushers for 120 points. Wow, 120 points for 3 Blood Crushers, mad. We got 70 points for some Flesh Hounds. Wow. I think Demons are a really interesting one, obviously being an Age of Sigmar and 40k, how their points differ between them because they are, of course, a very different game and units interact in very different ways. John Travers, you get the only rating I can give you, because I don't want to give you a number rating or I'll upset some of the Chaos Gods. So you get a big thumbs up. I don't want to upset the Chaos Gods. All right, and our final Chaos army, we have Marcus. So we've had a couple of beasts already listed so far. In fact, I think we've had six beasts already. Obviously the outstanding, upstanding gaming fantasticness that is the Beasts gaming team. And Marcus is absolutely no different. Happy birthday, Marcus, for like a week ago. We've got a Bloodmaster. We've got Karanak. Oh, God, I love Karanak. We've got 10 Bloodletters. We've got some Blood Crushers. We've got some more Blood Crushers. Of course, you cannot take Karanak out of Khorne's hunting cage without 2 units of Flesh Hounds. You just can't. Don't hate 7.5. Very cool. This is fun. So I'm going to have the Bloodmaster running around with some Bloodletters, Karanak running around with some Flesh Hounds, and then Blood Crushers just stomping everything that gets in their way. Very cool. I don't know what these enhancements do. If anyone in the chat wants to yell them out, we've got our Argath, the King of Blades. I'm going to assume that that's some sort of fancy blade. And Karanak, Karanak just has Soul Rending Fangs. He doesn't need an enhancement. He is already very enhanced. Alright. Hey, we got 17 people in the chat. That's pretty rad. Everyone, like, mash a comment or something. Someone say hi. I'm gonna have a wet my whistle while everyone very frantically writes some sort of response. What's your favorite list you've seen so far, everyone? We've just finished Chaos. We've finished Space Marines and Chaos. If you've just joined us, or if you've joined us late, we are going through the Tinyhammer Tinyhammer 40,000 shitty list review show, where I don't talk hard statistics, I talk trash, because that's all I know how to do. Oh, that's funny. In my little pop-up text box, it can't read emojis. I really like that scout list. Yeah, that scout list is cool. I agree. F in the chat. Oh no. Hey, there's everyone. Lovely. The list with the name squads are the best. Juliet says hi. Hi, Juliet. Where's Ben's chaos list? That would depend on if Ben sent in their chaos list. I am missing, I believe, 2 army lists. So Kyle, if I'm assuming you are mates with Ben, if you want to hit him up and be like, hey man, did you submit your list? I will check. I will have a look. If I try and check now, it's probably going to catch fire, so I don't want to jinx the computer. The second I hit live, my entire computer crashed. For like 5 minutes. It was not fun. Just joined. Anything Khorne is great. Oh yeah, you're not wrong there, Mr. Brennan. Not wrong at all. Alright, moving on. Oh no, sorry, I lie. Do we have more chaos? No, okay. We do have more chaos. I don't know why I didn't put these on the same page. Sorry, Audrey. Audrey, another fantastic beast. Audrey's painting up some scenery for Tinyhammer at the moment. I hope it's going well. If it's Ben, lol. Audrey has a very cool army. Audrey has some very cool narrative in their army. Mate's a strong word. Ooh, I'm not getting involved with that one. Sorry, Kyle. Audrey's got a really cool Thousand Suns army that she's been painting up. It looks awesome. She's got some really cool conversions in there. I look forward to seeing it. We have, I'm going to butcher all these Thousand Sunny names. Anhukran, Magister of the Pyre Cult, as an Infernal Master. We have an Infernal Master. Okay, sweet. So we got two badass, like, character dudes. Jay says, I'm drunk. Good job, Jay. Well done. Cheers to you. Battle line. We have Howl of the Jackal, some Rubric Marines. We have Gaze of the Blind, more Rubric Marines. So unit of 5 and a unit of 10. That's cool. And I know she's been so cool, so keen to get the Mutilith Vortex Beast out on the table. Jay says, "Oh, Deadweight Drifters is my favorite." Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Very cool army. Thousand Sunny Jim. Yeah, Mutilith Vortex Beast is gonna be fun. Stomp around the board, zapping people. We've got 3 Zangor Enlightened. In 40k, so they got bows. Yeah, so they're enlightened on discs with bows, as opposed to enlightened on disc with stabby sticks, and opposed to enlightened on foot. Yes, Vortex Beasts. I'd love to point out that Arthrak Arvada has 9 A's in their name and title. Arthrak Arvada? That's cool. That's cool. Good job, Audrey. And we got an allied unit. Okay, so we have allied in the Changeling. How very appropriate for a Zench army. That's cool. I want to know what the Changeling does. If anyone can let me know what Changeling does. Changeling has, and has always had, some of the coolest rules in all of Warhammer. Just full stop. They do some cool stuff. They always do cool stuff. And that brings us to the end of Chaos. We've been hammering through these, I think. Xenos is our last one. I've been going pretty quick. Sorry if I've been going too quick, everyone. I need to do some ratings here. Marcus, 8 out of 8 corn things. Now you get 10 out of 10 good boys. 10 out of 10 good boy flesh hounds. Audrey gets 9 out of 9 hard to pronounce syllables. Kyle says he changes. Shenanigans is yeah, he changed. He does change. That is exactly what the Changeling does. They are known for changing things. Lumidan says the Changeling, they're very hard to target and potentially stops people from shooting. Lots of bravery-based stuff. Cool. Badass. Kind of like Grima Wormtongue-esque. Dope. Very cool. I'm going to like shout out some sponsory stuff at the end, rather than intermingling it in between the things, as I'd kind of originally planned. And things kind of got away from me. Audrey gets 9 out of 9 9s of 99s. I think you're right. Liam. Based. What does based mean? I don't know you. I don't get these funky slang. I won't shout out sponsors yet, but I will show off these fancy little stickers. Woohoo! Who likes stickers? Shout out in the chat if you like stickers. Come on, 22 of you. Someone in there likes stickers. Someone likes holographic stickers. I'm not moving on until enough of you tell me how much you want your free holographic Tinyhammer 40k stickers. Tell me how much you like the stickers. Appease my need to know that I've done good. We got lanyards, we got stickers, we got heaps of cool prize support from heaps of cool sponsors. I didn't know we were getting fancy stickers. Dan, would it be an event if I didn't give you cool stuff? Would it? Are events even worth going to if you don't get cool, hyper-exclusive loot too big for decals? I mean, I'm not gonna say no. You can get that. Juliet loves stickers. I've seen some of your stickers that you've got in, Juliet, from I can't remember their social media handles, but the person that does all the really brightly coloured squig arts and things like that. Gary says I need stickers to go with my other Tinyhammer stickers. Yeah. How am I going to fit that on my Marine shoulder? You get a really big Space Marine. You get a big McFarlane Space Marine. That's how you do it, Kyle. I'll put it on my tank, says Sean. Yeah, that'd be sick. Slap it on there. Another sticker for my figure case, says Sean. Very cool. Are there any musicians in the chat that are gonna slap it on their sick bass? Put it on your chest. Please keep your clothes on during Tinyhammer. Corn only cares for the stickers flow. Good. Alright. You guys have appeased me enough that we can move on to Xenos. Happy days. So, we got quite a few Xenos armies. I should have written down some stats, guys, but I didn't. I'm going to do that in Google Forms next time. Maybe. We'll see. I've learned some things with Google Forms. For those of you that have gone to a lot of events, did you enjoy Google Forms as a method of list submission? I'm eager to know. It was useful. I think I need to dial in some of the questions a little bit more. For example, in the where are you coming from question, there are some people coming from lowercase ACT. Some people come from uppercase ACT. Some people come from Canberra. Some people come from Mystery. Someone's coming from Queensland, which is rad. Matt, I believe. Matthew Todd, I think. It's coming down from Queensland, which is sick. Where are you traveling from, chat? Nah, I'm gonna read some lists now. Do it and you're cool. Juliet. Juliet's got some Eldari, and so does Ben. These lists are similar but not. There's another one I was thinking of. Never mind. Ignore me. We got a Farseer with the Reader of the Runes enhancement. I'm going to assume that lets you do something to do with your Eldari rune dice things, which are once per phase now. Is that right? You can use your fancy rune dice once per phase, once per turn, something like that. Once per roll, once per player turn. I don't know these things. It's a cool mechanic though. I like that you roll a bunch of them at the start of the game, and then you can re-roll them. But if you re-roll them, you have to take one out every time. So you can like fish for really good dice rolls, but you won't end up with as many. Or maybe you're just like mad lucky on your first roll. And we got a Spirit Steer in there. Spirit Steer's pretty cool. You're gonna hit people with their witch staff. Hit them with a stick. There's nothing more depressing in a game of Warhammer than having your ass kicked by a wizard with like a D3 damage staff. Form was easy to submit, didn't ask for a blood test and urine sample. Yeah, good. Yes and yes, says Juliet. What? Mine did? Oh no. Oh no, chat. Battleline. Juliet's got 10 Guardian Defenders. They're the close... No, it's Storm Guardians. They're the close combat ones. So you have close combat weapons, whereas Storm Guardians have like actual chainswords, right? That's cool. We've got a heavy weapons platform with a missile launcher. Does the missile launcher have a close combat attack? We got 2 units of 3 Wind Riders. What? A Wind Rider's 80 points. That's cool. We got 3 with Shuriken Cannons, and we got 3 with Twin Shuriken Catapults. So we got 3 for shredding infantry and 3 for shredding like small vehicle fire. That's rad. Very cool. Man, 80 points. That's cheap as. And in stark contrast, so we then have 5 Wraith Blades for 170 points. They're going to be tough though. The Ghost Axe and Force Shield. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do anymore. I know they're tough. They're real tough. What's the toughness on a Wraith Blade, Juliet? I know you're lurking in the chat there. And a Wraith Lord. That'd be hard to put down as well. Wraithbone Fist. See, if I was playing against Juliet's army, I would much rather have my face punched in by a Wraith Lord than this Spirit Seer over here slap me with their walking stick. Spirit Seers seem crazy, says Lumadan. Crazy. Very cool. And over here we have Ben McGregor's army. Oh no, someone was saying Ben before. Ben. Who in the chat was talking about a Ben that they were sometimes friends with? If it's Ben. Where's Ben's Chaos list? If it's this Ben, then they're playing Eldari. If it's the other Ben, then they probably didn't submit their army list. I don't know. Bring back 2 little guys around. Whoa! Spirit Seers bring people back. That's cool. It's like an apothecary, but just better. Sick. Ben McGregor, we have an Autarch. So right off the bat, we're off to a very, very different army. We got a Farseer and a Spirit Seer who casty and Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. And we have an Autarch who is equipped with a giant gun, a big wacky stick, a cool mask, and a Phoenix Gen enhancement. I'm going to hypothesize that gives us some sort of save of some description. We're going to Farseer Sky Runner. So you're going to zoom around the board, throw magic powers at people. That's fun. Illig Night Spear is possibly one of the coolest models ever, and one of the coolest units ever. Any sort of super edgy, net runnery looking sniper characters. Up my alley. Big oofed. Le Rip Ben Peel. I thought I saw Ben's list. Wrong Ben. I'll have a look. I know that Ben's got a ticket. We'll see. What do you got? Yes, like Nightspeed, that's just cool. And I'm assuming that they can join the unit of Rangers. That's extra cool. Oh my god, that's rad. We got a unit of 10 Guardians. We got 6 Wind Riders. Oh, this is cool. So we're going for a very low like board presence as a whole. But we got a Farseer Skyrunner going in with a unit of 6 jet bikes. We got Illic going in with 5 Rangers. I guess the Autarch is going in with the Guardians, or he's just gonna stand around and blast things. Importantly, you can decide at the start of the game. You're like, you know what, my Autarch's safe. They don't need a bodyguard. They can just hang out and blow things up. Edge like a pizza cutter, all edge, no point. Oh, I definitely did it, says Ben Peel. What's this about my list not being submitted? All right, Ben, if you are sure that your list is submitted, then I don't doubt it, and I'll have a bit of a look. I may have just missed it, or maybe I put it in Xenos. Who knows? We got some Rangers. We got Wind Riders and 2 Wraithlords. So Wraithlords, that's a unit. I mean, okay. Wraith. Oh no, okay. So it's 1 Wraithlord just with 2 Flamers, 2 Brightlands. Okay, I got confused. No dramas. That's cool. Look, you both get 5 out of 5 runes, because I can't think of anything else for Eldari. 5 out of 5 Spirit Stones. It's appropriate. Kyle says, you bring dishonor on a team. Yeah, your team name was just, wasn't it like Ben, Kyle, and Sean or something? Excellent team name. Matt Edwards, coming all the way out from Victoria. What a lad. With a Beast Boss on Squigosaur. Only Orc Army. Yeah, only Orc Army. Tisk tisk. Very cool. Well, representing in a hell of a cool way. This army looks great. I think Matt's core objective was just bring every single Beast Snagger unit that he could possibly fit in his army. So we got a Beast Boss on Squigosaur. That's rad. That's just going to absolutely haul us. 165 points worth of Orc War Boss on a giant Squig dinosaur. We've then got a Knob on a Smasher Squig. So that's the... Yeah, Squig Hog. So is the Knob on the Smasher Squig the... Can you build that out of the Squig Hog boy set? Ben says, Kyle, I literally reminded you today to submit. You've got All right, Ben. I'm now accepting that you did in fact get your army list in, and maybe I've just missed it or I put it in the wrong place. We'll see. So we've got Noblin Smasher Squig, we've got a Beast Boss and Carnosaur, Squeezaw. We've got 10 Beast Snagger Boys. Oh, Beast Snagger Boys are just tough. They're a tough unit. We got a Hunter Rig just squeezing it at 180 points. It's a lot of Orc tank to get through. This looks sick. Mounted Space Orcs are based. Squighog Boys. Cool. This is a fast army. So Hunter Rig's a transport, right? I don't know. I feel like it's a transport. That's sick. Awesome. Good job, Matt. And then Luke over here rocking some Necrons. This is a nice straight up and down Necron army. We got an Overlord with the Resurrection Orb. Done. Of course. That's what they do, right? We got a Plasmancer floating around with a big old lance. We got a Technomancer floating around with another big old stick. Again, to slap you with, so you can feel bad about yourself when you die to a space wizard. We got 10 Necron Warriors. We got 10 Necron Warriors, both with Reapers. Luke, I think you're in the chat there somewhere. Is there a reason you went with Reapers over Flayers? Are they just better? Are they different? What do they do? Other data sheets, we've got a Canoptic Doom Stalker, going to wander its way around the board with a giant cannon on its head and blow holes in your models. And then we've got 10 Death Marks, that's cool. I'm going to assume that Death Marks still get to teleport around. Smaller board, yes. Oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah, because Ghost Reaper's shorter range, yeah. Okay, you know, smart, checks out. Luke says better AP. So short range, better AP. Checks out. Does the job, I suppose. Alright. I guess I just won't be hiding up in the top of any towers, but that's what your death marks are for, right? Luke, you're gonna get yourself, 8,985 out of 8,985 years that your character has been, like, patiently waiting for. Better strength, AP, damage. They're just short. Cool. Short teleport. Yeah, very cool. And Medwards, you get yourself, I'm not going to scream wah because I don't want to hurt anyone that's wearing headphones. But Matt, you get one very big, very softly spoken wah. Tune in for more Beasts ASMR. Moving on, we've got Brad rocking some Tau. We got a Cadra Fireblade. Through Unity Devastation is their enhancement. Sounds cool. We got a Cold Star Battlesuit. Zooming around the board. I'm assuming they move stupidly fast still. That's going to be cool. Hopping from one corner of the board to the other. Luke says, I give it 10 out of 10 zombie robots. After 9 of them reanimate. Yeah, good. I hear some wah. Good on you, chat. You're making it fun. Hope you're enjoying this. We got 10 Fire Warriors. Fantastic. We've got 1 broadside, 2 broadsides, and a unit of 3 crisis suits. So I'm scared of those broadsides. But we've got 1 with a heavy rail rifle, and 1 with a giant sawed-off missile pod. I'm going to assume the missile pod has indirect fire, probably. Again, this is not the accurate list review show. This is the shitty list review show. So do your own research before you fight it. Heavy rail rifle you want to hide from. High yield missile pods you probably can't hide from. And the battle suits are just going to hunt you down no matter where you are. So that's cool. Low model count in the grand scheme of things. But it's a lot of damage output, I think, that Brad's going to be able to pump out there with their Tau army. Very cool. 5 out of 5 Cayunes for you, sir. Paul Davies, the first of our Tyranid armies. There's a couple in here. Paul is really cool. Paul, you got your list in with excellent timing. You got it in like super early. Good on you. Well done. Broodlord, 100 points. Bang. On the money. Winged Tyranid Prime. Awesome, badass new model. 95 points. Very cool. Perfectly adapted enhancement. Don't know what it does. Sounds cool. Sounds perfectly adapted. 20 Termagants. So another big unit. So everyone's running fairly small units, I think, throughout this show. We've had a unit of 20 Guardsmen. I think this is our first unit of 20 Termagants. We've had a couple of units of 5 Chaos Space Marines. So we'll see how those objectives go when you throw in 20 Termagants on an objective. OC2, I'm pretty sure. They're OC2, OC1. Either way, that's 20. There's a minimum of 20 points. They're not going anywhere. We've then got 5 Barb Gaunts, indirect fire with bio cannons, 5 Gene Stealers. Oh my god, Gene Stealers have 2 wounds, everyone. I'm gonna do the YouTuber thing. Pay some respects in the chat to whichever amazing Games Workshop rules designer finally gave Gene Stealers 2 wounds. My man, whoever that is, deserves a raise and a donut. Marines can't be a squad of 5. I know, Sean, you were devastated that you couldn't combat squad your Marines. If I could run 20 Custodian Guard, you would. Maybe when we run Jumbo Hammer at 30,000 points, we'll let you up your unit size. Back on track for Paul, though. 20 Termagants, 5 Bulb Gaunts, 5 Gene Stealers. Oh my god, again, they're just so cool. We've got a big old unit of Neurogaunts. That's cool. A Screamer Killer just makes it in. That's going to be cool. An absolute one-hitter quitter wandering around the board, wrecking ya. And then yelling in your face, too. F in the chat for Custodes. No, thumbs up in the chat. I can't do a thumbs up in the chat because I'll break the stream. But someone else will do it for me. Screamer Killer's cool. Screamer Killer gives gives with its 4 arms, it gives 4 Scything Talons up for Custodes. And then we got 3 Tyranid Warriors with bioweapons. So we got some shooty warriors, a punchy shooty Screamer Killer, Neurogaunts just tank damage, Barb Gaunts to shoot things, Gene Stealers to stab things, Termagaunts to run, hold things, and shoot a lot. Broodlord naturally going with those Gene Stealers. That's going to be cool. 5 out of 5 Hive Mind points for you, Paul. Good job, guys. They're looking cool. And next up, Anthony, you're in the chat. You joined just before. Well done. You've got some Gene Stealer cultists. We have... I had to shrink the font on your second column, Anthony, to make it all fit on the page. We have an Icon Ward for 50 points, a Jackal Alphys for 60 points, a Kellamore for 55 points, a Nexus for 50 points, a Reductus Saboteur for 55 points. Anthony, you are the current leading champion for who can fit the most characters in their army. You have more characters than Kyle does Dreadnoughts, and their whole army list is just Dreadnoughts. We've then got 10 Neophyte Hybrids, 10 Neophyte Hybrids, 10 Neophyte Hybrids. Can you take Hybrids in units of 20? Is there a reason you took them as 3 units of 10? I'm assuming it's... they've got all the... Gene Stealers hold different weapons in each hand. Is it because they got all the cool overlapping fire stuff? And then shot that down on the list. So many others. Zoom it down, then jot that down. Okay, anyway. Please no, make me fight Talmat. Well, Jay, you have spelt my name incorrectly. My name is spelt the right way, with only 1 T. So had you spelt it correctly, maybe I would honor your request. As it is, no. You're fighting Tau in round 1, round 2, round 3. As many Tau armies as I can throw at you. More characters than I have models is the supreme flex. All my headsets beeping again. Oh.
Alright, can you hear me again? Please let me know. Quick everyone. Oh no, is everyone running away? Can you hear me? Please let me know. Please. Please. If not, give me a sec. Bring back handsome Matt. Lumidan, yep, you can hear me? Yep, okay, fantastic. Alright, I was just gonna hold a lot of music in my ear. Can you guys still hear the background music? Is that still playing? Sorry, there's a real delay. That's okay. I wonder if there's a delay because I'm running it through Discord. I decided to run my my video and voice through Discord. For some reason. Okay, so I'm going to assume that that you guys can hear me, and I will plug on. Where do we get to? We got, yeah, 30 individual Neophyte Hybrids. At 40, Jesus fucking Christ. 1, 2, 3. That is 4 units of hybrids. Oh my god. and then a jumbo mega size unit of Atlan Jackals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. What? 8 Jackals. Don't they come in units? Oh no, they come in units of 4, don't they? I was thinking they came in units of 3 with one wolf quad, but they come in 4 with a wolf quad. So that's just 2 units together. That's cool. So we got the Jackal Alphas joining the Atlan Jackals, obviously. And is there one unit for each one of your other characters? Was that the vibe, Anthony? Is that what you're going for? That's cool. That's sick. And then in the most ridiculous, like, yeah, poor Reese, the most insane comparison on the screen, I think, is Anthony's like, was that 40, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So we have 53 models on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, we have 1 Trigon, 2 Trigons, 10 Sheen Stealers with a Broodlord attached to it, and Death Leaper. Holy crap. That army's going to appear out of nowhere and just wreck you. How do you... Rapid egress, if you guys aren't aware, for those of you that are, you know, yet to play some practice games, please do try and play some practice games before today. Otherwise, you will realize that with the rapid egress stratagem, your opponent can bring in a reserve unit in your movement phase. And Death Leaper can do that for free. 2 solo characters for YOLOing objectives. Running less than 10 models is ideal. Yeah, holy damn. 2 unbelievably stark different armies here. Super cool. Super cool. 55 models with a 5+ save. Nice. Anthony, you get 55 out of 55 Gene Stealer points, my friend. Call that 56 because one of them's got a bonus extra arm. Reese, you get 2 out of 2 Trigons. Well done. Oh my god. I couldn't get 2 different armies if you tried. Look at that. What do we got next? I don't know. We've got more Tyranids. And then we got some Drakari. Damien Hillcrest coming out with a Neuro Tyrant. Very cool. It's going to yell at things. Neuro Tyrant's a freaking sweet model. 20 Termagants. So we've got another big unit on the board. We've got ourselves 10 Termagants. We've got ourselves 10 Termagants. We've got ourselves 2 Exocrines. 135 points for an Exocrine. No way. That's cool. That list has more models than my throne. Does anyone know if Exocrines still have 2 modes of shooting with their big guns? They used to have like lots of rapid fiery style shots or 1 giant plasma exploding blast. I want to know. That's rough. That's so rough. What's rough, Jay? Damien's list? Is it the double Exocrine stomping on you? Ugh. 10 Eurogaunts. Should be joining the Neuro Tyrant, no doubt. I assume. Maybe. I don't know. And then 3 Zoanthropes. Very cool. They're going to blow things up with their brains, because that's what brain bugs do. Very cool. A nice Psyker-heavy little army there from Damien. Very nice. Moving across to Dallas for the only Drakari army. We got a couple of single representations out there. If you are playing an army, and you are the only person representing that army, you are awesome. You immediately win a really cool prize for just being cool and being original. Dallas, you are one of those people. You've got an Archon with a Husk Blade and the Art of Pain. Don't know what it does, but it sounds cool. You got a Homunculus. Their weapon is a Homunculus tool and scissor hands. Rad. We think ourselves 10 Kabalite Warriors. We got ourselves 5 Racks. We got ourselves a Raider. We got ourselves another Raider. We've got a Kronos to suck up all the souls and spit them back into all you do to make them fight harder. We've got... yep, Reaver Jetbikes, for sure, cool. 2 units Reaver jet bikes. Nice. It's fun. I think the enhancement is just a cool concept art book. Oh my god, it is! Dan in the know there. Referencing Phil Kelly art books. Very good. It would be really cool if Drakari had a character on a jet bike, right? I guess like Eldari have heaps more jet bike variants, so it makes a little bit more sense for them. I reckon it'd still be cool if you could throw an Autark on a jet bike. You should do it, Dallas. Just do it for funsies. It's a cool little army. We've got a Homunculus, I assume, that's going to join up with the Rax and run around, probably in a Raider, doing gross Homunculus things. Very cool. 10 out of 10 flesh kilts. I made flesh kilts for my Homunculus coven. They were disgusting. I hurt my hands engraving them all in bit by bit. Moving on. Oop. Is that the last? I think that's the last army. Ooh. Yes, Scott. I believe you also scraped in just in the nick of time with your army list. Just escaping my wrath. That does mean that I think, Ben Peel, I think I have forgotten to put your army list in. I'm sorry. Why don't you tell us in the chat what it does? Give me a one or two sentence elevator pitch of what the heck your army is and how to beat it, so everyone knows. Because no doubt it's going to throw down pretty hard. Scott, you've got a Neurotyrant, so we've got more Neurotyrants. That's cool. We got 10 Termagants, we got 10 Termagants, so we're going 2 units of 10 rather than a big blob of 20. We got a Horospex. Oh, I've heard terrifying things about Horospexes. At 125 points, allegedly their damage output is just insane. I could be wrong though. Maybe that person was just rolling really bad and they got wrecked by it, and they're salty. I love that Rippers are only 35 points for 3. That's mad. Can't hold objectives, but they make you can't hold them either. Monkas. Okay. Tyranny Warriors with range weapons. We've got a Tyrannifex at bang on 200. That's cool. Big bug with a big gun, a rupture cannon. Very nice. And then 3 brain bugs. So we got brain bugs, and we got a Neurotyrant. What can the Neurotyrant join there? Does anyone know? Can it join the Neurothropes? Cool if it can. Makes sense. I reckon it should join it. Who says if the rules can't? What are they? Bah, rules. Yeah! Alright, so I'm gonna get... Whoa! There we go. Sponsor page. Did I go forward? That's in the wrong place. Oh well. That brings us to the end of all the army lists, with the exception of Ben, who's I've forgotten to put in, and a couple of other people who haven't submitted their armies lists yet. Tisk. I think one of them's in the chat. Ben Peel. I took a Termi Blob with the captain, 5 Raptors. I did see this army. Okay, no, sorry. You definitely did. I did see this, and I was like, oh shit, that's gonna absolutely wreck. That's rad. Yes, it was 5 Terminators and a captain. Big ol' Forge Fiend with 3 plasma guns on its head. The War Dog Stalker for some Chaos Knight representation. Some Raptors. Yeah, that's cool, Ben. Jay says, I was talking about the towel thing and the misspelling and possibly breaking stream through your outrage. Oh, just usual. Okay, cool. Ben says, Lord. Rip Ben. Disqualified. Ben, you're finding yourself the target of ridicule in this chat. I apologize. Someone sent it through via Messenger 23 minutes ago. If that is correct, please do not send it through Messenger. If you go to the Players Pack, there is a Google form that you need to fill in to submit your list, because it also has other information that you need to fill out. For example, like what to put on your lanyard, and whether you're out of town, if it's your first event, just so some like handy little stats for us and that sort of thing. Boo Ben taking knights. He's taking 1 knight. There's nothing wrong with 1 knight. No, I had several people get in touch with him and be like, hey Matt, did you know that you can take a Chaos Knight army with 5 little Chaos Knights? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Mad. Props to him. And no one did. So, like, if it was the optimal mega meta build for 750 points, then no one's doing it. And if it's not the meta build, then no one's doing it. Someone should build that for another game, because that sounds fun. But at this point, I would like to get serious for a moment and thank all of our wonderful sponsors. I don't think I've left everyone out on this page, but we have Table War Australia. They are providing some fantastic gaming mats, which we purchase for all of our events, and some of you will be going home with a mat, which is very, very cool. We have they've been supporting us for quite a while, so thank you, Table War Australia. Miniature Scenery, another one of our long-time sponsors, kicking out only the finest in MDF quality. I'm on my table back over there. I'm currently building their giant cathedral set. I painted up some really cool swampy ruins for them with my partner the other night. They did a really awesome job on putting all the moss on them, which looks sick. I got some bits and pieces just on my desk that I just happen to be within arm's reach. So, you know, miniature scenery, kicking out a whole lot of, like, if that's, I don't know, that's going to focus on it. Some cool little dice counters. And then they sent me heaps of stuff that I didn't know I was getting. We got, like, super rad, probably also still not going to focus at all, but the same things, but with the little beast logo engraved in them, which is sick. They're like the cheapest place anywhere to get yourself cutting mats from, which is awesome. They've sent us a whole lot of MDF kits to be yeeting out to you guys, and of course we bought a whole lot of them to act as some really cool feature tables for the event. So thank you, Miniature Scenery. Ronin Games are going to be kicking in some cool bits and pieces. I don't want to tell you what they are just yet, but thanks to Ronin for getting behind us yet again. They're a really cool variety pop culture store in Canberra. Lots of models, lots of card game stuff. Get my funky Pokemon cards from there. But a really badass range of just funky hobby bits and pieces. If you're traveling interstate for Tinyhammer, definitely recommend popping on by Ronin, checking out their hobby range. Or you like Dirty Down Rusts and Plastic Card and Green Stuff World, modeling rollers, all that sort of stuff. Very, very cool. Tagged events. Beast Gaming probably wouldn't be anything close to what we are now without Andrew Hollis from Tagged Events. I maintain that if you can think of any product in the world, they will help you get it made. Be it transfers to t-shirts to hell, they'll build you a custom car. Yeah, Tagged Events does some incredibly cool stuff, and they're one of the most supportive people throughout the entire Warhammer community that I've ever met. Dono is just like an absolute legend. Hollis he is a god tier hobbyist, guys. He's got a sore back at the moment, so I hope you feel better, Hollis. You're an absolute legend, mate. Sigma Central, of course, our lovely ticketing provider. Did you guys enjoy being able to buy tickets, get a lovely handy dandy receipt for it, it all feel nice and prim and proper, not just transferring some cash into someone's random bank account? If that felt good, then that's why we use Sigma Central. And if you run events and you don't like handing out your very delicate bank details to a whole lot of total strangers, then Sigma Central is also for you. They have been fantastic to deal with. They handled all the paid players lists, they handed all the information, all the emails, all of that was forwarded across to me. They offer like extra event packages as well, so you can kick in a little bit of extra cash, and they'll put together a players pack for you. They'll help you with extra tournament support. Sigma Central is a really, really, really cool bit of a game changer, in my opinion, for legitimizing the tabletop tournaments scene. And Stats and Ladders, which I will require everyone to register for, preferably before the event, but either, if not then on the morning of, so I do recommend beforehand. Stats and Ladders is how we will be running the pairing system throughout the day, which, yeah, I'm very excited to use. we've played with Best Coast pairing in the past. We've played with Down Under pairing in the past. We've played with Challenge in the past. We've done list pairing with good old bits of paper when all the digital systems inevitably crash. But I've heard nothing but the best things about Stats and Ladders. And again, providing excellent support for the tournament organisers that want to run it. Leadbear's Tufts down with their beautiful little bear in the corner there. Leadbear's Tufts make some of the coolest Tufts, I think, and made right here in Australia on a kitchen table. Stats and Ladders is an app. It's not an app. It is very specifically a web-based system, which means you don't need to stuff around with downloading apps and it crashing on you, it being different for Android versus Apple or anything like that. It's a web-based system. Stats and Ladders, check it out. Really, really cool. If you want to run events for them, running an event through Stats and Ladders is currently free, while they are building a better system. It debuted this year at CanCon for a 200-player Age of Sigmar event, and the person that ran that event said it was the easiest software that they have ever had to deal with. It allowed one person to run a 200-player event, which is unheard of. Leadbear's Tufts, super cool Tufts, made in Australia, sent out, thank you Matt, no worries Kyle. Welcoming a new sponsor to the team. I got brush sponsors for y'all. In the past, I've hit up some sponsors for like, could you chuck a couple of brushes in for retailers, which has been cool to have, but never before have we had a brush company backing us. Chronicle Cards, Chronicle RPG launched a crowdfunding campaign for wolf fiber brushes, and that went incredibly well. The whole vibe behind it is they try wherever possible to recycle wolf pelt fiber, so from think like rugs and like fine fur jackets the old ladies donate and junk like that, and they take all of this already sourced fiber and turn it into incredibly high detail miniature brushes, which is fantastic. They're not breeding ferrets to just kill them and shave the hair off their asses, which is very close to my heart. But as far as an actual quality brush, they're wolf fiber bristles and their sable hair bristles using reclaimed and environmentally sourced fiber wherever possible, is absolutely awesome. And they're an Australian business, so get behind them, guys. Check them out. There will be some very exciting news coming from them as a Tinyhammer Age of Sigmar sponsor coming a little bit later this year. There'll be some more news on that in just a few seconds. I've also had a whole lot of help putting these events together, so I just wanted to thank everyone that's helped out with playtesting some things and giving some advice and various bits and pieces along the way. And so, the coming soon slide, which I put in the wrong spot, as soon as I went... Stay, thank you. As soon as I put the date live for Tinyhammer 40,000, which I was very excited for, this is the Beast Gaming first 40k event, I've been inundated with people saying, Matt, when is the Age of Sigmar Tinyhammer? Tinyhammer Age of Sigmar was, of course, hosted last year, and that's what launched the entire Tinyhammer phenomena of playing heaps of games over 2 days rather than 5 really big games over 2 days. And it all came to me because I was sick of getting my ass handed to me in the first round of a tournament within 20 minutes and then spending 3 hours sitting around waiting for the next round to start. And so on an 8-hour drive back from Bendigo, Victoria, me and some fellow teammates came up with the idea of Tinyhammer, and we worked out all the nuts and bolts within an 8-hour drive. And thus, Tinyhammer was forged, and it was an incredible event that we ran about this time last year for Age of Sigmar. It was a bunch of people's first event. I had people that have only ever painted miniatures come out to this event before and had a fantastic time. I had people that were established tournament players come to this event and had a fantastic time. Sean's in the chat saying, I seek to reclaim the Age of Sigmar tiny woofen spoon. The wooden spoon, Sean. You got a really cool prize for your wooden spoon, didn't you? It was a very nice one. And it is with great pleasure that I can finally reveal that Tinyhammer Age of Sigmar will be coming to you on the 23rd and 24th of September. 2 days, 8 games, 750 points, and a metric bucket load of fun. At this point in time, it will be hosted at the same venue as Tinyhammer 40,000, the Belconnen Labour Club, which I also recommend absolutely everybody sign up to be a member beforehand. You get your food discounted, you get your drinks discounted, there will be an open bar in the room. Be right back. Applying for leave. Boss better approve it. I don't know, Sean. I don't know. I do hear your boss is a very nice man. Yeah, with discounted drinks, with discounted food, and the more cash you put through on food at the club, the cheaper your parking gets as well. So you end up not paying for parking, and you get cheaper food, and you get cheaper drink. So there is literally no reason to not be signed up as a Belconnen Labour Club member before the event. I strongly recommend doing it prior to the event, because you're not going to have time on the morning of registration to get it all signed up, which means you're going to be like one lunch and a couple of beverages deep by the time you manage to get down to the front desk to register. So I recommend you do it online beforehand, or just pop on in there tomorrow and do it then. So, we have come to the part of the night where we need to award the Coolest Army Award. The Coolest Army Award has a cool little prize that's hiding behind me that I was supposed to have already assembled so I could show you. Do you know if it's free? It's like $5, dude. If you sign up to become a member, the first thing you buy immediately makes being a member worth it. It's the whole thing with like clubs and sports clubs and stuff. The more members they have, the more tax breaks they get from the government effectively. So they really want to encourage you just signing up for a single meal. Does Ben Pugh get the coolest army list because his army list wasn't shown off? It's a pretty cool list. Otherwise, yeet some stuff in the chat. What's your coolest list? What did you guys like the most? We're gonna bounce through them. We've got some cool Tyranid armies. We've got a cool Drukhari army. I do like the idea. These two contrasting armies right here is just nuts. It's it is a dirty dozen of the most terrifying Tyranids you can find versus like an entire city's population. They're both shortlisted for me. I think they're fantastic. I like Matt Edwards for being the only orc army that's unbiased. I like the Gene Slick Cult list. I just really want to see it painted. Sean says my list doesn't show the size of my massive tank. You know what? That is a very cool army as well. Ben McGregor, I quite like your army in there, Ben, because purely because it's got Illic Night Spear in it, and I think that's sick. Computers bounce all over the place. Whoop. Is it actually jumping up? Yep, there we go. We got some cool Chaos armies. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys are seeing my Google slides jump all over the place, but I am. Well, I think we have to pay some attention to Liam's The Angriest Boys Berserker Warband of Angriness. Make some noise in the chat for that one. The Dready Army. Yeah, four Dreadnoughts is pretty wild. It's pretty wild, folks. Oh my god, what is my slides doing? Sorry guys. So from the top we got some intercessors. We got some intercessors. The double Desolation Marines is pretty sweet. We got the Romano Heresy Guard, they're cool. Yeah, Royce's. Someone said scouts in the list, right? Be right back. I believe Ben Pure because it's imaginary. That's gonna be scouts for me. So I think we're looking at scouts with Tellian. We're looking at the Dreadnought army. We're looking at the bulk Gene Stealer cults. We're looking at the itty bitty but really big Tyranid army. Joe's got a cool army in there. I think Joe's army's pretty nice, right? So this to me looks like a really nice, like, older school White Dwarf army. We got 2 characters. We've got some elite infantry. We got some basic infantry. We got some bikes. We got some movie things. We got a bigger thing. So Joe's army is going in my shortlist there, guys. Tim's got a pretty cool army there as well. Not making it easy. Yep, Kyle's Dreadnought army is already in the list. Terminators, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of Terminators in your list there, Thomas. We got a Terminator captain. We got a Dread, 5 Termies, and some scouts. That's cool. But is it a scout army cool? Shout out to Gary for the word count. Honestly, any army that has infantry, heavy infantry in a character, and a transport. You're onto something there, Sean. Anything that scratches all those itches. Shout out to Gary for the word count. Yeah. Oh, this is hard. Oh. Too many cool armies. My thing's junking out on me. Hey, did I put Leagues of Votan in the Imperium thing? Oh dear. Sorry, they're not Xenoc enough. Look, my Phobos army, 1 deployment is great. It's a hard choice, guys. I'm not gonna make the announcement right here. I'm gonna make y'all wait for it. I'm gonna take my shortlist and the shortlist that you guys have given me. I'm gonna pop those lists up on the Tinyhammer page, and whichever one has the most likes and reacts smashed all over it, they will be the coolest army list of Tinyhammer 40,000 for 2023. So I'm gonna pop those up soon. Jump on it, and a winner will be crowned. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Some other gubbins that I have on my desks from tagged events. We got some really cool, like, arbitrator style bikes. We've got, oh my god, this is so heavy. We've got, it's hard to see these. So again, this is from tagged events and Hollis. They do these absolutely incredible, like, campaign tokens and coins. Everyone's gonna be going home with some of those. They do some really cool bespoke campaign dice. So naturally, we got some really cool campaign dice that you guys are gonna get to go home with. We got a whole lot of prizes for people that excel in various areas, but we've got a whole lot of prizes that are just going home with you guys regardless. As a big thank you for coming along and supporting Beast Gaming and supporting Tinyhammer and hopefully having a really good time. That's what it's all about. So no worries. It is my privilege and my pleasure to put up with your BS, Sean. I hope everyone's on their best behavior for Tinyhammer, but you also have an absolutely fantastic time. Have fun. That's the important thing. Get your models painted. I can't stress this enough. I know a lot of players packs will say everything must be painted, and then you get to the event and half the models aren't painted, and the tournament organizers don't pull them off the board, and then the first place person ends up with a half painted army. That's not happening here. If your models aren't at least battle ready level, I will be plucking them off the board. Be this your warning, folks. Looking at you. Don't know who you are, but I'm sure someone was gonna phone it in. Sounds like they needed more DACA chats. Yeah, man, they definitely did. Alright, well look, thanks everyone for joining me. Thanks for sticking around for the hour and a half and the 2 mild technical hitches. Hey, this was probably my my least technically plagued stream yet. Maybe I'll take up professional list review streaming. What do you guys reckon? Nah. I'm gonna build scenery. Way funner. But this has been enjoyable. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm gonna try and find out how to end this stream. Hope you all have a fantastic night. Hopefully this gives me the option of saving it as a vlog, I believe. Vlog? And I can publish it and people can watch it later. It also means you can scroll through and check out all the different army lists and see what you're up against. Otherwise, I will try and post all the images so you can see everyone's army. And Ben, I will try and put your army list in